Now, am I live, guys? Am I finally going alive? Oh my goodness, this is so awful. Stream now. Let's see. Ah, yes. Great. Okay, let me click to view. Okay, can you see me, guys? Because when I look on YouTube, oh, thank God. You don't know I'm sweating. All day I have been running. I have spent a fortune and none of that worked. I was at Best Buy. A shout out to those guys at Best Buy that helped me today, but none of it worked. I don't know. I have to do more research, obviously. Um, so great. Oh, good. I'm so glad people can hear me. Thank goodness. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if, let me see if I can get into the other chat and get everyone over. I think I might have come out of it. Let me just see. Yeah, I'll tell them it's live. Okay. I'm live, guys. Go to my channel. I wanted to be able to have a room where people could hang out. But you're hanging out with me at Coombe Castle. Okay. I took this picture last year during the time. Oh, thank you, Margaret. It's not Blackpool. It's Coventry, actually. It's Coombe Abbey. My cousin lives there, and I went to stay with her after my mum's funeral last year. And I took these photographs. It was actually a really wonderful day. We had a lot of healing. It was lovely. And this is the moat. Oh, over here in the background. It was fabulous. We had afternoon tea. It was amazing. So, all you need to know about your life purpose. What can we say about that? Well, first of all, I want to give you a little bit of information about me. And my trials and tribulations on my life purpose and how and the journey that I've taken, which isn't necessarily, yeah, it was divine, isn't necessarily the path you should take. Okay, so I've kind of always had these two kind of a two-pronged life kind of thing, and I have always had, like, I was let me just start. I was an agent for photographers, hair, makeup, and stylists here in New York for the fashion industry. And I had my own agency. But at the time, I was also exploring raw food and nutrition. And so I studied that. And I was doing raw food demonstrations back when no one had heard of raw food. And everyone thought I was completely nuts, which I was always, of course I was. So what, during that time I was kind of losing interest in the fashion. I'm always into fashion and style, right? That's one of my things. And when I was in the whole nutritional world, there were all these people and they were very and esoterical, and I was like, I don't really identify with these people. I don't feel like they're my tribe. And I held classes and taught classes as well as being this agent. Then September the 11th, 2001 came around, and I remember I'd been in England and I came back the night before it happened. And And I remember on my couch for 2 weeks and I couldn't move. And I just thought, what's the point? What's the point for fashion? It's not doing anything. And I knew my passion was to help people. And and I didn't know how I was going to do that, but I just know that my joy and my I just felt so rich whenever I helped someone. So I um, I actually went bankrupt at that time because the bottom fell out of the fashion industry and no one was hiring anyone and they were redoing Hi Maya and they were reshooting old, ads, and they weren't doing anything new for quite a while. And I had lost interest in it anyway. So I went into the healing industry and I became a Reiki master and I would do nutritional counseling. And that was great. And I made pretty good money. And that to me was my hi, raise the vibes, raise your vibes. Let's raise our vibes. And and that to me was my life purpose at that time. Well, I've always been really hungry and thirsty for knowledge, and so I have devoured everything that I'm always studying. I truly believe that when you learn something new every day, you are expanding, exercising your brain, right? You're exercising your mind. So I think it's really important to be yeah to I think it's really important to be what's the word I'm looking for, to be a student and a teacher. So every time I learned something I would teach someone else. It's that circular stuff. I would learn something and I'd get so excited about it I just want to pass it on. So I started my business in 2004. It was called Back to Your Health and Doing Business as Live in the Solution. And I dropped Back to Your Health because what I realized as I was studying nutrition that it changed all the time. And so something that you learned and it really I was excited about it. I was doing it myself and I'd pass it on. And then 6 weeks later, or a few months later, it was, hi, Deborah, it was just debunked. And so this was constantly happening. And I thought, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to, pass something on and do it myself. And then it's not valid and it changes all the time. So, I was doing the Reiki um, and then I fell kind of into, around the holidays, nobody wants to be healthy, right? And so I had this lull in, yes, exactly. Yes, that's stimulating. You're right, Margaret. And then, there was this lull in business at the holidays, and somebody asked me to work in a nightclub for them. And it was taking the money at the door at the register. And so I started that. I started it thinking, oh, I'll be there for a couple of months. Well, 15 years later, I turned that into a business, VIP club services. And then I was doing all this luxury stuff and I was still doing the healing stuff. And I would heal everyone from the, nightclub industry that really needed to be healed. So I would get some of my clients from there. But I was chasing the money and I always wanted to be busy, right? And it's funny because, I became a certified life coach and I'm certified advanced hypnotist. And, so I was life coaching and then I found hypnotism and I loved it because then I could help people get over their blockages easily and attain them. So anyway, I tell you all this to say that we don't have one life purpose. It doesn't have to be one life purpose. It can change. Listen, the only guarantee in life is change, right? And when we embrace change and what is it they say in be like water, right? Fluid. Or somebody told me be like a rock where the water runs over. I'm not sure what that is, but I do know that we have to adapt, and we have to change in order to survive, right? And that's what all species do, is they adapt to change and they move with the change. Now, I haven't answered what your I should be you are certified, Nor. Certifiably insane, like me. um First of all, I think we shouldn't take ourselves so seriously, right? I think we have to laugh at ourselves. And I'm telling you, we are on this planet to have fun. We are meant to be in abundance. We are meant to be loved and to love. We are meant to enjoy this physical plane as much as possible. You are not meant to suffer. No, you're not, darling. You're meant to be happy and free. And listen, it doesn't mean that you don't suffer. Listen, without suffering, we couldn't understand freedom and health and joy. Without depression, we wouldn't know joy, right? This is a, this is a, you've got to have the dark and the light. You have to embrace. It's like we are all. What's the word I'm looking for? We're all multifaceted, right? And we're very deep, each person. And there's a bitch in all of us, and there's um, yes, exactly. We have to embrace ourselves, the dark side as well as the light side. Hopefully, we have more light than we do dark. And we have to be able to accept it, because that's part of us. And guess what? Sometimes we need that bitch within us. Sometimes we need her. She's got to stand her ground and not get plowed over sometimes, right? So it's important to embrace all sides of yourself. So this is all to do with your many lives. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You know what's interesting? Also read tarot. Fabulous, April. Um, we are multidimensional as well. We all chez nous. Yeah. um, so what was I saying? So, listen, your life purpose. What is your life purpose? Your life purpose is something that perhaps you've always wanted to do but never done. Something that gives you joy. It doesn't have to be altruistic in terms of, you don't have to go to a third world country and feed starving children. It doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever you're passionate about. It can be painting a picture, right? You don't know what and I really do think that creativity is really part of our life purpose, right? Well, I feel that when we are creating something, we are having a direct line to the ethereal realm. We are channeling when we're either writing or drawing or painting or sculpting, whatever, or visual arts, editing, putting pictures together. That's all creative. I get totally into that. That's why I'm really loving this YouTube, this YouTube medium, because I can be alone and yet be with all of you, right? And that to me is great, because I'm a Cancerian. I want to be at home. I want to be comfortable. I want to be with my dog. I want to be around the comforts of my home. But I also don't want to lose touch with. That's great, Margaret. You see, painting is amazing. And you don't know what joy that painting can give to others. Somebody could look at that painting and think, painting affects, art affects all of us emotionally when we look at it one way or another. We either hate it, we love it, we don't understand it, whatever it is. You are enriching someone's life by doing that. You could be taking care of children, and I mean, what is the most what could be more wonderful than being around these lovely little souls? My friend has two amazing children, and I go there and it's just joy. These two little girls, and it's like, oh, I just live for them. I can't get enough of them. And so, and I read for them too. Children love tarot readings because they get that one-on-one attention, and you're giving them all this positive um you know uh I want to say feedback, but I want to say, affirmations and telling them how wonderful they are and what they should be careful of. And, they live for it. They just want, can I get a reading? Can I play with the cards? That's what I say. Can I play with the cards? So I want to really stress that there is no particular um, rules about your life purpose. It's what feeds your soul. So a lot of people are asking me, what is it? And how can I know what my life purpose is? And am I ready for my life purpose? Well, I think we are all becoming awakened, right? And I encourage you all to read Eckhart Tolle's book. I'm constantly mentioning his two, he might have more than two books now, but I have his two books, The Power of Now and The New Earth Awakening. And when we awaken and we see our potential and we see the world for what it is, and we just want to help that world, um, you know, we want to help everyone in the world. I want to. Let me keep it in the I. Nothing makes me happier than hearing that someone has got something out of what I've said or a reading, and they're, when they see things in a different light and they're going on a different path because of something that I've helped them with, that just makes me want to dance. It makes my heart sing. It's just something that, or, as a child, it was really funny. I used to believe that I could heal people by touching them. And I would always touch them and tell them that I was making them better. And then when I got older and I heard about Reiki, I was like, oh, sign me up. So I have all these healing, my friend calls it a canon of healing modalities. And my issue has always been, oh my God, I'm doing so much. People want you to be, just an expert in one area. But my interest is I just want to do everything. And I feel that I'm not going to be alive enough to do it all. And I'm excited to do it all. Why wouldn't we want to learn everything we can? And there's nothing to say that you have to be an expert in one area. You can do it all. And you can, but I think one of the really important things is uh, when you are exploring your life purpose, it's important to be around like-minded people and your tribe, if you will, because there you will get the support. There people will, um, you can help each other and learn from each other. So that's what I found, in the nutrition. When I was studying nutrition, I didn't get that because, it's interesting because even astrology, everybody's got their own kind of way of doing it, but it's more of a discussion and a debate, and we can learn from each other. So it's really interesting. It's more inclusive. For me, that's how I found. So when I found my tribe in astrology, I was just I mean, I can't tell you. I thought, wow, these people are just like me. I mean, they have the same views about the world. They think the same. Most astrologers, not all, of course, are liberal and live and let live. And it was just heart rendering for me. So one of the things that I want to mention is, depending on what your life purpose is, and we can do some we can pull some cards a bit later if you want to ask a question, and I have life purpose cards. I have all these cards. One of the things that happened to me, that was guiding me to this particular life purpose, is I remember a few years ago, it started with me hearing my name out. I'd be walking down the street and I'd hear Mary. and really in my ear, and I turn around, there was no one there. And at first I just thought, oh, I'm just hearing somebody else doing it, but it happened again and again, and then it started happening in my house. And I started meditating. I mean, I have meditated on and off since the 80s, but I started meditating consistently every single day, sometimes for long periods. And I felt this connection. And I met my guides one by one. They were revealed to me. I mean, names and everything. So one of the things that I might do is, you know, a guided meditation to meet your guides. I'm just saying that now, because it was really fascinating to me how hi Margaret, another Margaret. It was really fascinating to me how how this evolved, and how I I have vacillated with my belief system for many, many years. You know, of course, when I was doing Reiki, it was I could feel the energy coming through me, and it was really apparent. But then when I really explored my guides, my spirit guides, and my angels, it was intense. And I never believed that I would ever talk about spirit guides. I remember this one girl years ago, she said to me, oh, you know, I think I was hypnotizing her for something. And she says, can I meet my spirit guides? I said, darling, I don't do spirit guides. and and another thing too, for years and years and years, I would, after a session, I had these Zen tarot cards, and I would pull one out just as a little thing for you know, for my clients, and I would say, oh, pick a card, and you know, we'll read it and see what it was, and it was just a fun thing, and everyone kept saying, oh, would you be, you know, can you read tarot? And I was like, I have no interest in reading tarot. Yeah, that's amazing, April. It's really, it's awakening. It's your guides trying to contact you when you're hearing your name loud like that. You know, it's amazing. And a lot of people have told me that that's definitely what happens to them. So where was I? So yeah, so then people kept asking me what I have learned over the years, and it's something that I've been, you know, because I've studied, I've been away for weekends, I've done retreats, I've done, you know, uh, I've done all these workshops, weekend workshops, week workshops. You know, I've gone away on. I mean, I've spent a fortune on all of these classes and studies, and you know, I've walked on fire. I've done all that. I took my son when he was 14 to walk on fire. It was interesting, but anyway, um, what? Why? Oh yes. So one of the things I have learned is that I take notice when something keeps popping up for me. If a book falls down, if a book falls out and a page opens, I pick it up and I look at it and I know that's a message. And you know, when you start to see numbers, consistent numbers all the time, there's a message in those numbers. That this is the spirit world trying to contact us, trying to give these messages. And I'm sure it's very frustrating for them to, you know, to try and contact us and we're not listening, because I just wouldn't listen for a long time. Um, so So I going back to the tarot, right? People kept saying, "Oh, please read for me." I said, "I have absolutely no interest in tarot, darling. It is not." And I remember my brother sent me all these you know, antique tarot cards, Italian tarot cards. I mean, they were beautiful. Then somebody else bought me a set of tarot, and I was like, wow, I'm really getting a message here. I really need to perhaps do it. And I remember being um, almost embarrassed that I was doing it, and I wanted to kind of hide it from all the people that I knew in the nightclub industry and the VIP. And the VIP services that I used to do, and I was embarrassed. And my very first I mean, it was so painful to watch. My first, I didn't know how to talk and I was stiff and and I did the videos initially for my, my life coaching classes, my multiple. So I did that, but it was so uncomfortable. Now it's so easy for me when I think about it. So I say all that because sometimes your life purpose isn't easy, right? You're going to get the messages, it comes up for you, and this subject will keep coming up, keep coming up. You'll keep hearing voices, you'll keep hearing, your name, right, in your ear. And it's almost, I mean, I was getting Mary, and I woke up one day, it was like, Mary, get up. I mean, really. And then once, I mean, I've got so many bizarre things happen to me where one night I remember saying out loud, I think I'm ready to be to be a medium. And then I was like, I think I'm ready to be a medium. I think I could do that. And one night I went to sleep, and in the middle of the night, I was woken up like someone shook me. And it was Mary, Mary. And I woke up, and all of these, it was like hundreds of faces came to me. And I mean, I'm talking all different kinds of faces. It was like women and men and children and old people, and they were in my face like this. And it was like they were coming into my body. And I just said, no, 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 I'm not ready. I'm sorry, I'm not ready. And I don't think that that's what in fact, now I know that's not what I want. I couldn't cope with that. I think it would freak me out too much. I like the cushion of my guides being there and filtering what I need to know and the messages that I get through. That to me, and I will not say I'll never do that, because I've said that every single thing that I've ever said, oh, I'll never do. Oh, darling, I'd never do that. I said I'd never get married. I've been married twice. you know, I mean, never say never. That's one thing I've learned. So, does anybody have any questions that they would like answered, or would they like to know anything at all? Let me know, or share your experience. People say, when am I ready? Everyone's ready. Everyone is ready to do whatever they can. And also, I want to just mention, it's really important not to just quit your job. Why did I think it's really important not to quit your job and just do it. Having said that, I have been I've had one foot in and one foot out for many, many years. And I know that I could have helped or done so much more work if I had completely focused on my life purpose. And that's what I've done in the last basically 3 years, is just completely focus on my life purpose. Hi, Gigi. Nice to see you too. Um, so, hi, Adriana. Oh, really? Yeah, I've done that too. And also, what's that? Conscious dreaming? Is it conscious dreaming? It's almost like astral travel as well. Um, that's interesting. Where who used to do that? What was his name? Einstein would. Somebody told me that he would have like a keychain, and he would kind of fall asleep at his desk, and the keychain would drop, and he'd wake up, and in that moment it's almost you're between two worlds. It's where you get really amazing messages. That's why people say, when you first wake up, write down your dream, because there's a message in there somewhere. Lucid dreaming. Thank you, April. That's exactly what it is, lucid dreaming. See, I need people, I need you guys to help me with my brain that doesn't work that well. I can't retrieve certain things. Um So, any questions, guys, or any input? Oh, listen, I'm going to give you like mind music. Um, this is a really brilliant technique, and this is what I use all the time. And I give it to I give it to my clients who suffer from anxiety as well. So we can all do it right now because it's a really wonderful way to kind of be calm and just be still instantaneously. So you have to breathe in through your nose really, really deep. You hold it at the top, one, two, three, four, and slowly exhale through your mouth. You open your eyes and you're in another space and you feel confident. The first time I did a speech class in college, and it was really difficult. I mean, you think it wouldn't be difficult for me. You know, when people see me now, they're like, "You could never have been nervous." Yes, I was. Um, it's a deep breathing. If you can do three of those breaths, now a lot of people need uh, to be taught how to breathe because people go, and you, that is not helping you. We don't know how to breathe, guys. I do light work. Yes, I do, April. So, yes, it's a calming effect, and it's easier for you to get onto stage when you are in that, because you're in your body, you're just totally calm and you're connected. So, one, two, three, four. When you exhale, your stomach should, Nord, where were you? Your stomach should deflate. So it should inflate when you inhale, and as you exhale, it should deflate as if, you're letting all the air out. I did a healing breath workshop once, and it was a whole weekend, and it was intense. I believe it was one of the first times. Yeah, mindful breathing, and they teach it. It's a form of meditation, yeah, and they teach it in some schools around the world to children. And when children do some mindful breathing, aggressive children that stop acting out. It's amazing. It's amazing. Uh, I'm going to think. I'm going to put a. I don't know if I can put a link in. I don't know if YouTube allows it, but there's a documentary, and it's all about this meditation around the world and teaching it to children. Yes, exactly. And I teach my friends' kids meditation. And it's funny because one of my friends' child, he started, it's okay. He started, he started meditating with this little girl that he likes. He's like 10. Oh, he just turned 11. And he likes this girl and they meditate together now. I mean, I think it's like a minute or something, but it doesn't matter. It's really good you know to um to mindfully breathe, and we forget to breathe because when we're stressed we're like shallow breathing, and people actually forget to take in that oxygen. It's the oxygen that feeds our brain and every cell in our body, right? Oh my god, the dog snoring, talk about that. That's so funny. um Let me see any comments. Oh, yes. No, I agree. I couldn't agree more. Meditation is really important. And I believe, I've always said that, you know, praying is talking to God and meditation is listening. So I just feel, when you get into meditation, you just connect with the divine, or it, it, within, right? Gigi's divine haven. You just connect, you connect with that, and that love within does not compare to anything that we get outside. So, when people are saying, "Oh, I want to be loved, I want to be loved," go inside. You'll feel that love. And then when you feel that love, and that and that flame and that fire is lit within you, you'll exude that wonderful, you'll exude light, and you will attract the right person to you, if that's what you're meant to do. Any more questions? Yes. I like your name, Gigi's Divine Haven. So, in answer, somebody said, "Have you thought of doing light work?" Everything I do is light work. I do, whenever I hypnotize someone, I also send a healing vibration. When I do the readings, before the reading, I meditate before each reading, and I ask my guides, and my guides have grown over the years. I have four, I have 11. I have 11. And I pay homage to each and every one of them before, and they all give me something else. And I always ask, one of the things I ask for protection, obviously, but I ask for, I ask Archangel Metatron to raise my vibration and anyone who listens, and uh, Archangel Raphael to bring in a healing physically, emotionally, and spiritually to myself and all who and all American Federation of astrologers, and also Robert Corey. Currently, I'm with Robert Corey as well. It's a never, you can never stop studying it. You can't learn everything. You constantly, I will never learn everything I want to know. My current source is style is traditional, and it's Moran, a 16th century astrologer who's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, and it's just a methodical kind of series of rules. Gratitude, yes, Margaret. Look, that's the whole thing. How to come out of deprivation. That's a simple thing. I'm going to do an abundance class, I think, soon too. An abundance stream. When I get this streaming thing together, oh my god! You don't know, guys. I have spent a fortune on software, on cam links, on leads, on. Oh, it's been it's been a challenge. So, yes, because I have some really incredible exercises that bring people into, abundance instead of in deprivation. Chichen Itza. Oh, yes, I visited Chichen Itza. It very well could, yes. I do past life regressions, actually, Gigi. I just took them off I think I might have taken the past life regressions I have to do in person. I can't, like, I can hypnotize someone over the phone very easily for self-esteem, for, say, they're going on a job. 2 days before you go for an interview, I can give you a whole self-esteem. You'll walk in, you won't be overly confident, and you know you'll be confident and standing in your own knowledge, and you won't be arrogant. That's the word. Confident but not arrogance. Yes, if you feel connected to that, it probably was a past life, Gigi. Absolutely. We have, what I watched with my granddaughter the other day, and there was something in it that I really wanted to use in this class. Can I remember? I should have written it down. But she told me about it. I think it's a few years old. It's called A Dog's Purpose. And there's a second part to it that I'm going to look for. She told me the second part. Yes, yeah. Past life regression has to be, and my past life regressions are quite intense. Um, I mean, I do a whole cleansing because as we go through life, we have, um, for want of another expression, entities attach themselves to us. Uh, what do I want to say? Travelers attach themselves to us. And so I clear all that out. Um, and, I remove those from, it's really fascinating. Yeah, they're about 2 to 3 hours long. They can be. It depends. It depends on, which life you go to and how long you stay there and what you get from it. But yeah, it's pretty intense. I also do. Yes, the Akashic Records. Yes, April, definitely. I use crystals all the time. I don't know when you see my table. These are amazing, right? These are a connection and a protection. Um, Selenite ones. So I have tons of those, and I have so many. I have chakra crystals. I'm crystal mad. Look, I mean, I have them all over my house, all over. And I like, the rough. Oh, look, this is beautiful. This is raw. Uh, what's the love stone now? I can't. It's not coming to me. It's raw and uh, untreated. It's really important not try not to get the treated crystals. Selenite baby tower. Yeah, they're great. Where do you live, Gigi? Where are you? Rose quartz. Thank you. Thank you. What's your area? You know, oh, I'm not getting an answer from you, Gigi. But one of the things that I have done is I've done a very light upstate New York. Ah, are you far upstate? I'm in New York, FYI. Um, oh, April, you're the geologist. I love that. Do you do you do you mine different rocks? Do you go to any particular mines? I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to go into a mine. But I want the great big ones. See, some of my crystals don't show up. Um, an hour from Albany, closer to New York. An hour closer to New York, it's up there, right? Um, I have to be careful what I wear because of my green screen. So I disappear if I wear the wrong color, and so do some of my crystals. Um, yeah, like this one. Well, I think the selenite is great. A lot of crystal shops have the selenite in every single. Okay, a lot of the they have selenite in the corners of the room. Another thing you can do, Gigi, is you can do a very light. I mean, when I do a past life regression, I take you into a deep state of hypnosis, and we go from there. But you can do like a guided meditation and kind of do it in a light way without the whole cleansing and things. Yeah, no, the selenite's really good. Also, my brain is not functioning today, by the way. This Australian, what is it, guys? April, you know what this is, right? It's the Australian, it's a grounding crystal. It's also good for protection. Also, the tiger eye is very good for protection. But this is, what is this? I use this when I come for clients. They hold this when they come back. I have several of them. But I give this to them because it grounds them when they come out of hypnosis, right? So I'll give them selenite when they go into the hypnosis. This isn't tourmaline, no, it's something else. But I have this one's black tourmaline. But this is something else. I forget the name. It's going to come to. No, it's not obsidian. I have obsidian too. It's going to. It's kind of rare. It's only. I think you can only get it in Australia. I'll look it up in a minute. I'll look it up. It's going to come to me in a minute. But this is really grounding. So when somebody comes out of hypnosis, they hold this. Because it grounds them, because brings them back into this plane. No, it's not obsidian. No, it looks like obsidian, but it's not, and it's not tourmaline either. No, I'm gonna find out now. Now it's killing me. Hold on, I'm gonna find out. It's gonna come to me in a second. Where is it? Okay, for some reason it took me to Yahoo. Why? I'm gonna look this up. I've got to look this up. Australia. Of course it's not coming up. How could I forget the name of this? Let's have a look at this. We'll have a look at this and see. Black tourmaline bracelets, because they were both getting. Oh, that's really good too. It's going to kill me. This is going to take me a while to look this up. I'm going to post it in the in a comment once this goes. When this goes live. No, it's not obsidian. No, it's not obsidian. Something else. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I know it looks like obsidian. Now I'm obsessed with it. Anyway, I've got to let it go because it's just I'll be here researching. No, it's not onyx. No, it's just from Australia. Jeez, I can't believe. I think I had to order it from there. Let me see. I'm going to text my friend. He'll know. From Australia. No, not onyx. Yeah. Thanks and studying well. I just have total no recall. That's my problem. So he's working. When he gets a minute, he'll remember. He knows. Oh my God, it's really annoying me now. I really want to know. Anyway, I've got to change the subject because I'll be obsessed with that. But anyway, that's a good grounding, Crystal. And as soon as I get that information, and I can even look at my receipts for it, because I bought quite a few, and I actually had to search for the second time I bought them because they're not easy to get. Um, Watch it come back and it's onyx or something. No, it's not. It's not onyx. Um, so any more questions or feedback about life purpose or your experience with it that you can offer people on here? Shall I do some shall I do some cards for someone? A question for cards perhaps? Oh, I'm live now. There we go. Let's look at that. Uh, oh no, that's the I don't want to put that on because the sound will come up. Chiasolite. Could be. Chiasolite. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I really will look it up and I'll post it in the comments. Absolutely. You know what's also that's really interesting, Gigi, too. You can also have doubts. I will do some cards in a second. I've just finished the Aries reading. It's really interesting for this week, so I'm going to post that tonight, Margaret. Keep an eye out. I'm posting next week's. I wanted to get them done early this week. So yeah, so one of the things also about a life purpose is that, so in the beginning the doors open, right, and you're getting all these messages and things seem to flow easily, and then you come to this point where it's not as easy, right? You have to make an effort, and a lot of people go through, you know am I supposed to be doing this? Is this right? Oh, good. Okay. And so you can go through a lot of second guessing. And it's one of those things that when you've received all these messages, yeah, Deborah, thank you. When you receive these messages that you are ready for your next, for the next phase of your life, for your life purpose, um, it's it feels really good and you just know. I'm telling you, you know that you're supposed to do it, right? But when you can't kind of make headway sometimes, it's like, and there's sometimes the fear, hey Lindsay, sometimes the fear will stop you from moving forward with it. And you can sabotage yourself and shoot yourself in the foot from going further. So sometimes I remember at one point it was really interesting. My channel kind of took off in 2 weeks, and I remember panicking, like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to cope. Now I regret that panic. I would like to feel that panic again. I mean, it was like leaps and bounds. I remember for half a year I was doing the angel readings, right, once a week, and I wanted, well, first of all, for years I wanted to video my readings, but I didn't have the courage to do it. I just didn't think I'd be any good at doing it. Happy birthday, April. I'm going to pull a card for you in a second. Um, yeah, yeah. So so I was so in fear of doing it, and it took me ages to get the courage to actually video. And I don't know if you look at some of those early videos, they're scary. I mean, I was mortified. Some, I mean, I cringe. They're cringe-worthy, some of those early videos. So now, of course, I'm very comfortable in front of it. So then when I was doing the angel readings, I was doing them once a month. I don't know. I was doing them once a week, and I wanted to do the astrological readings, but I thought, oh no, I have to be perfect. And that's the one thing I will say. It's really important. I know, look at me. It's really important not to be perfect. And as a life coach, I knew that. I was always telling people, just do it. I remember my brother, I tried to do this live feed before. Now I've got the green screen, which is fabulous. I love that. At least I've got that much going. I tried to do the live stream before and totally ballsed it up. And my brother was like, oh, you shouldn't have done it. You made a you made a mistake. And I said, no, I did it. I learned from doing it. I learned from those mistakes. We make mistakes so we can learn, right? I always say we have reaping days and learning days, right? Of course, I would love to just have reaping days, but sometimes I only have learning days. But I grow from every experience. So I know that, look, I've only had this software a couple of days. Do you know what I mean? Less than a week I've had this software. So I think I'm doing pretty well to considering. Pooey to my brother, exactly. He's quite supportive though. He really is good. Oh, look, April Rain, you are getting birthday rain. Lovely. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so April, let's pull a card for you or two, shall we? Let's see what the universe has, what messages your guides have for you, what birthday message. Let's give April a birthday message, shall we? April Rain. Well, I love that name. April Rain. Okay, what wonderful blessings, guidance, and gifts can you give April for her birthday today? Make it abundant and positive and full of hope and joy and blessings. Let's see. I know, Lindsay. I tell you. Okay, this is for April's birthday, 58 April. That's wonderful. What wonderful blessings and guidance can you... There we are. We have two cards out for you. So, April, we have the Five of Pentacles. Look, it's going in my screen. The Five of Pentacles for you. So this is you are feeling deprived in some way. And this is what we were talking about, to come out of deprivation. It's very hard to go from deprivation to abundance. It's not, you can't do it in one fell swing, but what you can do is just start being grateful. Just a little gratitude every single day, waking up, I'm grateful for the little things. And the more you do it, the more things you'll find to be grateful for. It becomes a habit, a healthy habit. So it stops you from being in this, and we all go here. We all go to the Five of Pentacles, poor me, woe is me, I'll never have this, I'll never have that, it's not for me. So this is about being in great gratitude. And look, your tribe has shown up for you with all those cakes. It's beautiful. Here we are. I'm going to post that on my screen. There you go. Look at that. April Rain, you are being featured. So you have that, right? You have a feeling of deprivation. And then the next card you have, let me get it on screen, is the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is all about a decision that you need to make. And perhaps you're procrastinating on a decision that you need to make because you are feeling deprived, or that you can't do something, or you can't make a decision, that you don't have the freedom to do what you want, because of uh, your feeling of deprivation. Now, the deprivation could be, you're not feeling loved, but you are loved today, darling. And but perhaps it is financial, and there's so many there's so many different levels of abundance, right? And abundance comes in many forms. So, I mean, when you think about it, I wear the magician's hat a lot, right? I've got a couple of top hats that I dress up, and they're my magician hats. And they remind me that I have everything that I require to create the life that I desire. And all we need are the elements: air, water, earth, and fire. That's all we need. And we can create anything from that. You've got the earth, and you can grow something, and you can water it, and we've got the sun, the fire to come down and help it grow too, and the air that it to breathe. I mean, we have abundance all around us, so it's really important to stay in the moment and just look at what is around you and be truly grateful in your heart. Be truly grateful for what you have. All right, April, anybody else have a question? Happy birthday, April. April Rain. Spirit within, yes. We are all worthy of abundance. We are indeed. We are. Thank you, Noor. Okay. Planning my work. Yes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. My son always says that. Okay, Margaret, this is for you. This is the Six of Wands. This is celebration. Excuse me. This is all about, actually, this is you being celebrated, Margaret. This is something this is a completion. This is like accolades, but it's public accolades. This is when this could be as little as like a child saying, I love you, mummy, I love you, daddy, in front of everyone, right? Or somebody posting on social media how great you are. It is public appreciation. It's like your boss telling you you've done a good job, but in front of everyone, not privately. Or you winning, employee of the, or it could be, the Academy Awards, and the Academy Awards goes to Margaret Cranford. This is a lovely card, darling. You're being celebrated. This should have gone to April because April's being celebrated. But this is definitely for you, Margaret. You are being celebrated, or you will be. Let me see. What to do when the above I said happens? I didn't see what the above was, Lindsay. I lose it. What is it? Feeling like one thing is right and okay. This has happened to me several times. And I honestly consult my cards and I meditate and I go, am I doing the right thing? Because we all have, we all have, we all go through what's the word I'm looking for? We all go through I don't want to say indecisiveness, it's not that. It's almost like fear of the unknown. We go through that uh, query of what should we do. I'm worried about my stuff. Is there are so many blockages in completing my work. Well, listen, let me tell you something, Nor. Going back to that, I'm surrounded by high frequency energy. Um, more, Nor, what's going to happen is this is all going to come up for you now because Pluto and Saturn are going retrograde. Saturn goes retrograde next week. Or I've just been doing all the, a lot of the readings, and Pluto went retrograde last week. In fact, in my live stream, I kept saying stations direct, and I meant to say station retrograde. Things are coming up, like all your responsibilities, all your duties, everything that you have been putting on the back burner is going to rear its head, and it's about taking care of that stuff. So I feel that, no, you're going to it's I'm going to tell you a story, right? This is really funny. My sister Kathleen in England, I always mention her in Virgo. If you ever listen to the Virgo readings, it's really funny because I know she actually tunes in and listens to them. She was doing her dissertation, and years and years ago, and we have a cousin who's married, or his partner is this she's an academic, and she's a professor in Ireland. And so my sister went over to her and she was like, what do you do when what do I do? What can you tell me about doing, my life purpose, not my life purpose, my dissertation. What can you do to help me? And you know what she said? She said, just fucking do it. And then my sister said, I thought I was going to hear this profound information that's going to inspire me to do it. And she said every time she kind of procrastinated doing her work, she would hear her, that woman's voice saying, just fucking do it. It's like Nike, just do it, with an effing in between. It was so funny. So I say it to myself all the time. Yeah. Well, Nor, this is really funny because I've been ignoring a very, very important issue for myself for the last 4 years, and it has just blown up in my face. And so I am taking care of it. And I'm not thinking about how I can take care of it. I'm just getting up and doing it. Because I've spent 4 years of procrastinating doing it, and it's almost been hidden. So everything that's kind of been hidden is going to come up, And I tell you, if one of my clients did what I do, I'd read them the riot act. We got to do it. We got to do it. It's just sometimes you've just got to do it. Yeah, Kathleen, my sister, she's so funny. Um, she's actually in one of my videos. If you want to meet my sister, she's in one of my videos when I broadcasted from London last year. I think it was August, maybe. No, it was it was July. June, July, August, and it was in her garden. She's got this fabulous garden in London, and there's a little river next to it, and the swans were there. And she came in. I introduced her. But yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna. It's just get up and do it, because the more, and I kept getting messages in my cards saying, "Don't." Be assertive. I mean, I was getting urgent messages to do it from my spirit guides. You're going to create a nightmare for yourself. And I knew it, and I still procrastinated. I just couldn't deal. Kindness and compassion, April, that's right. I say that to my sister. Kindness and compassion. Kindness and compassion. Yeah, put a face on the name. Right. She brought me tea. She brought me tea and choked me. Yeah. We went to Morocco for my birthday last year. That's a whole other story. I spent a month with my sister. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was really funny when she was doing a dissertation. Sometimes it's you've just got to do it with a little effing in there. But anyway, I tell you what, I tell you what I do when I'm overwhelmed. Because when you look at the big picture, right, you're immobile. It's like you're stuck in fear because you know it's going to kick you in the ass. You know it's not going to be good, but you still, I'll be like, oh, let me clean this, let me sort this out instead. Oh, let me watch the telly. Oh, let me do this. Oh, let me work. Let me create something else. Yeah. And so, but the thing is, when it really push comes to shove, I put the blinders on and I just do the next thing. So even if I devote 5 minutes to 10 minutes to half an hour, then that's what I'll do. And I've made an appointment that I've got to get a hell of a lot done by Tuesday. So that's why I started the videos earlier this week. Deborah, didn't I pull a card for you? Did I pull a card for you? Yeah. No? Deborah, you didn't you get the celebrated card? Who did I pull the card for? Oh, maybe you know what, Deborah. I think I pulled it for Margaret, not Deborah, because your names are very Cranford and Crawford. Okay, Deborah, let me pull a card for you. Okay, this is for Deborah. What wonderful blessings, guidance, and information. Oh, about 10 came out there. That's a whole reading. This is for Deborah. For Deborah, what wonderful blessings, guidance, and information can you give Deborah? Will help her. Yeah. We're all going to kind of yeah, it was for you, Margaret, right? We're all going to get that wake up call with Pluto and Saturn going retrograde. We're all going to get that. Whatever we've been ignoring is going to rear its ugly heads. Oh, guys, please don't forget to like my video. It helps me. And if you get a chance when when I go off live, if you could comment. Okay, this is for Deborah. This is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about distractions, Deborah. This is about being in your head. This is about this. I always think this is like Neptunian, right? This is like being distracted, so distracted that you're not seeing the gifts in front of you. So it's almost that you're in your head thinking about perhaps regretting something, or your mind is just off in your own world and you're not present. So you look how this is translucent because of the green screen. um, this is really about distraction. You can miss an opportunity if you're not present, Deborah. So this is really important for you to be present and not be up in your head and not be thinking about what you could have done, should have done, would have done. This is about coming into the now and doing what you need to do. And because you are going to this guy's like sitting there and he's off in his head and he's thinking about things that perhaps haven't worked out, what he shouldn't, what he hasn't done, and it's regret, right? And so he's off in his head, but what he doesn't see is this big beautiful cup is coming from the ethereal realm. It's a gift that he's missing, so he's not seeing the gifts around him. So this is, you're being asked to totally be in the present moment and look at what gifts you have. It's really important to do that and to acknowledge, because you're missing something. You are missing something. Sometimes this can be a relationship that maybe not hasn't worked out, and you're over here kind of hanging on to it perhaps, and then you're missing someone that you should be with. that's why it's so important to be in the present. Listen, Nor, when there's sometimes there is negative energy, and I tell you what I do. I'll tell you what's really good for clearing the energy. Oh, thank you, Margaret. I clear the energy sometimes with my Tibetan bowl. Look, it's blue, so it's translucent. It goes on for ages and ages and ages. Yes, of course, Uranus and Taurus is really doing a number. Depending on what house it's in, it's going through for you. It's definitely. And then I have, I sage. I sage and I sage myself and I do a cleansing meditation, Nor, and I do it often. I have to. I cleanse my house all the time. And I do a ritual to cleanse myself because sometimes you feel so heavy and blocked down. And when you are light and you're shining, darkness is attracted to you. Well, if you have a pain in your stomach, your body's definitely trying to. I can tell you that right now. Pain is the first warning sign that something is not quite right. So I don't even need the cards to tell you that. And being a nutritionist, yes, there's something going on with your stomach if you're getting a pain. Now, is it hormonal? Is it in your womb or is it in your intestines? That's the question, Lindsay. Um, I'll pull a card for you, but I can tell you right now that something is going on. If you want to get it tested, is it consistent? If it's consistent, it's a problem. If it's something that's not consistent, yeah, the sage thing is good. No, and do like a ritual. I have a sacred space, and I do the ritual in front of the sacred space, and I ask my guides and guardian angels to remove all the negative energy, and I have to do it often. I suddenly notice that I'm crying all the time or something, and then my thoughts go negative at times, and then I'm like, oh gosh, I need a clearing. So I'm going to pull something for. Oh, I'm glad that resonated with you, Deborah. So Lindsay, I'm going to Lindsay's says Lind says Lind says. Lynn says, I'm just going to ask what you need to, I'm really feeling this, what you need to know. Okay, this is coming. Okay, what is it that Lindsay needs to know? What does she need to know? Okay, we're going to clarify that, please. Clarify that. Okay. Okay. You've got the Three of Swords, that's pain. This is a deep rooted pain. Sometimes emotional pain can manifest physically. In fact, a lot of the time that happens. Your, oh, look, I'm getting a really funny thing in my forehead. The Three of Swords, right, is a deep rooted pain that kind of was put there when you were a child, right? And little things can kick it off. Now, with uh, with Saturn going retrograde, some fear and anxiety will come up. And that can manifest or it can kick up this pain, right? This is an emotional pain that can turn very physical. And what's really lovely, right, Lindsay, is that you have the star card. This is the healing card. So this been to the docs, but they say it's okay. Yeah, it's probably emotional pain that has manifested physically. You have the healing card. This is a deep healing card that comes up for deep physical, spiritual, and emotional healing. So it's something, look, things can kick up and you may not even know, like somebody could say something and kick up this pain, right? This pain has to be dealt with. It's got to be taken in. You've got to connect the dots, darling. It's very important to connect the dots. What caused this pain? What was the first time you felt this pain? Sometimes, like my sister's, she's a Virgo. She doesn't feel pain. She just gets busy, and her pain comes out in illness. And you're Aquarius, darling. So Aquarius is all up in your head. You intellectualize pain, so then you feel it physically. But it's really interesting how, Virgos and Aquarius are very similar in that way. Virgo is I analyze, right? And Aquarius is I know. They're your key words. But you intellectualize pain. It's not that you don't feel it, but you feel it in illness, in sick, in your body getting sick. My sister has a diagnosis for every part of her body. I mean, we joke about it. She'll give me a diagnosis, some, really, I mean, she's hilarious anyway. But look, Lindsay, the bottom line is you are getting healed. This is also, this can be a life purpose card, because this is where, she sheds light where there was once darkness, and your path is being showed. This could be your path shown. You need to address this childhood pain. You need to connect the dots so that you don't fall into that physical pain of it, right? But all you need to know is that you have 4 planets in Virgo. There you go. Oh my God. I hope you watch Virgo then. You should watch it. It's usually funny, the banter. Somebody says, why doesn't your sister comment? She's technically challenged. She thought she was commenting when she was replying to all on my email, and everyone was leaving my email list because she was. But I kept thinking, why is she replying to all? But anyway, she thought she was commenting on the video by doing that. She's so funny. But so you have a healing coming in. I'm very happy for you. You're okay. Don't worry. Yeah, it's tough. You've got to protect yourself. And really, they can't touch, it's not, don't get involved in it. Don't engage in it. All of my neighbors know my name. I don't know any of their names. I mean, I'm just smiling and I say hi to them, but I don't get too involved, because, it can get, I have some people that I know peripherally, but it's, I don't want to get enmeshed in that too much. What else was that? That was something else going on. These are coming out a little bit later because I've got them coming through my... Oh, thank you. Good. Oh, Gigi, okay, let's give you a card. I don't mind. This is for Gigi. Oh, there it is. Oh, the Page of Wands, darling. Gigi, you are ready to go on to the next phase of your life. This could be an opportunity coming in, but I have a feeling that you are ready to move on, Gigi. This is like you've learned all you can, you've got all the information, now you need the experience. So you just have to go out into the world. The page has been in service to the king and the knight, right? And now all he has to do is got all the information, he knows exactly, he's served them so long that he just has to become a knight. He has to go out and do his knight duties. She is an interesting person, she's very interesting. So this is this is you getting ready to go on to the next phase of your life, Gigi. Divine Haven. Gigi's Divine Haven. I am imagining that a lot of people will enjoy your Divine Haven and you will help a lot of people. Hey, Erica. Erika. Okay, so may I please, Kathleen Byrne. Okay, I'm going to do, this is the last card I'm going to do, guys, because I've been on for over an hour and then nobody wants to watch these videos when they're so long. And hopefully I'll get this together. Oh, you know what? I was going to put these back in, but I really feel, Kathleen, these are for you. You've got 3 cards. And one is the Ace of Wands, and that is an incredible card. This is an opportunity that you're getting. This is like a spark that lights a flame that starts a huge fire. So this is about starting something that you're passionate about. And you've got, the next card is the hanging man, or the hanged man in this card. And the hanged man is, thank you, John. And the hanged man is about taking a look at something in a different, from a different perspective. So you've perhaps been looking at something in one way, and this is telling you to, it's like a pause in action. Take your time, really look at it. Maybe you're starting a new business or your life purpose, and this is, telling you to take your time. And we really do have to have patience right now. We've got this new moon coming up in Taurus, and joining Uranus, so we have to be very patient. It's about patience, right? Patience and tolerance. And then you have the sun. So I really feel, Kathleen, that whatever you have on the burner, it's going to be really auspicious. But perhaps you're looking at it in a way that's not helpful to you. So you need to kind of you need to step back and you need to take a look at it from a different angle. But it's very it's very auspicious. Whatever it is that you're starting, it's great. So, oh guys, thank you so much. I'm so glad. Please don't forget to like my video. Like me. And if you get a chance, because these chats for some reason aren't showing up, give me a nice comment. If you turn the hangman upside, he looks like he's a dance. Well, yeah, because the hangman also looks like he's in a yoga pose, right? He's just hanging there. Yeah. So whatever you're thinking of doing, this could be something that you're. Oh, hello. Oh, that's my lovely friend. Passenger de noces, le pandemi qui café. Oh, you were asleep. Oh, okay. We'll listen to the rest. Oh, good night. Bonsoir. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit, chérie. Okay. Oh, I love you guys. I'm so happy that you, and the readings will go up early, she says. Most of them are. I'm going to put Aries up tonight for next week. And I've Sparky is featured in the intro. Sparky and Lily, my little house guest. Lily's another little dog. They'll be featured in the intro, so you'll get to meet them. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate. I got a notification. Oh, great, John. I'm so glad. Sorry that you missed most of it, but you can go back and watch it, please. And then comment on that, because this doesn't get counted as a comment. That would be great. Okay, I love you all. Thank you for being in. And I think the next one I might do a guided meditation. I don't know. I'm going to think about it, but it's going to be cool, I think. And then also, I'd like feedback on the best times for you guys. So it seems that most people are tuning in now. Maybe I need to do it a bit later. Huh. Food for thought. Let me know what you think down below. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.